you doing today? My name is Spectrum Dominus, and it is Wednesday again. We are back, and hopefully we will be doing this every Wednesday going forward. And we'll be doing sorting videos between them. We'll be doing PSA grading going forward. Everything is we're back. We're back. Let me know what content you like. We'll focus more on that, or we'll bring more of that in. We'll see what we can do. But for now, we're doing a What's in the Box Wednesday. Now you may ask yourself, what is a What's in the Box Wednesday? Well, if you're asking yourself that, then you're fairly new to the channel. We've been doing this for, oh my gosh, 60 episodes or so. What is it? 70 episodes? Episode 69. This is episode 70 of What's in the Box Wednesday. Go back. You should watch all of them. It's a great series. And what we do is we purchase something that doesn't have a set. What I mean by that is it's not a complete set. It's not a, you don't know what cards are in there. Wax boxes or blaster boxes, or we buy off of eBay. Someone bought a yard sale and they're selling it on, something like that. And we're not sure what we're gonna get. We're looking for something, or we're hoping for something good. Most of the time we don't get anything really good, but that's kind of the point. It's the fun of opening the boxes. It's what the hobby was founded on. Opening packs of cards and finding cool stuff inside. Yes, we do other stuff. We do grading, we purchase, we're going to be flipping cards, we're going to do stuff like that as we grow as a channel. But we're never going to lose that childlike desire to open packs of cards and see if we got anything good. So what are we opening today? Well, we got this package right here, and I did rip through the side so I didn't have a problem opening it here, but this is a box. I purchased it online. It was inexpensive, but I got it here, and it looks like they gave me a few free cards just for purchasing from them. So that's nice of them. We're gonna open that up. If you're new to the channel, we're going through this thing right now where I have always wore gloves when I open cards that aren't in penny sleeves or better. If they're raw cards, I always wear gloves. And I just feel like I get a lot of people thanking me for that. But I also feel like there's a lot of people that just find it silly. They see all these big time breakers and YouTube content creators that do not wear gloves and send in their cards and get them graded at a PSA 10 without doing the whole silly glove thing. And I'm just starting to wonder if even though I feel better about it, if it's just something that I should do away with. I'm gonna clean the card anyway. If I'm sending it in, I'm gonna do a wipe down of it anyway. So maybe I should just stop worrying. But for the time being, until I make that commitment to myself, I am going to continue wearing gloves while I open. So here we go. What we have is, let's go to this scene and see if you can, I was just opening the package. This is the final wrapping around it. It is a box of 1988 Fleer. Now, 1988 Fleer doesn't have anything spectacular in it. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring up the checklist. Which is why I was able to get it for inexpensive. If it was 87, it would have been close to $100 because, Maguires and Bonds and Jacksons, oh my. But it is a wax box. It is fun to open, and we will see what we get out of it. Now, I think I'm going to open this part last, just because it's even more what's in it. These packs, we do know what's in the box. We just don't know if we're not gonna get all of them. We're not gonna get everything that we want. We're not gonna get a complete set, I should say. And we may get multiple. So at some point, it becomes a repetitive game. So, so this is a little less what's in the boxy than what's in the little pack over there. We have no clue what they decided to stick in the pack. Let's see, Lance Johnson, Joe McGreen, Matt Noakes. That's a rookie that I will be keeping, is the Matt Noakes one. It's not a good one, but it's a my one. Same with the Matt Williams. I believe we've opened this before on the channel. Greg Jeffries, Keith Miller. None of these are send in to get graded, although some of them might be send in to get graded for me if I hit the lottery and have the time. Roberto Kelly. I'm hoping for one name that I'm like, okay, there it is. Louis Polonia, no. But even if it's not a rookie, getting the Mattingly, the McGuire, the Nolan Ryan, you know, the cards from this thing is more. Mike Schmidt is part of my collection style anyway. Tom Berenson, Ellis Burks, Sam Horn. These are a bunch of names of people I chase. Edgar Martinez rookie. There you go. There's your best rookie probably. That's my guess. My guess. Jack McDowell. That's another one that's big for me. Ken Caminiti rookie. Caminiti. What was the other guy I said? He was already Edgar Martinez. Those are the two biggest names. Jeff Blauser. Oh, here we go. Ron Gant, Tom Glavine. That's what we're looking for. Jeff Ballard. Ron Gant, Billy Ripken. It's a year early for the Billy Ripken card, but it's his rookie. All right, Tom Glavine and Ron Gant. Jay Bell. And then batting champs, and then the dual rookies. Oh, Mark Grace, Damon Berryhill, Chris Gwynn, John Burkett, Walt Weiss. Yeah, it's good for my Rookie of the Year collection. All right, so there we go. That's what we're looking for, is those cards there. Now, like I said, nothing spectacular, but it is a case. It is a wax box of cards that I love to open. Plenty of stars that I love to collect. And so when we do this, what we do, if you're new to the channel, is we take out 2 to 4 of the packs, random packs in the middle. We'll put one over there, and we'll put one from there, and then we'll put this one here. Let's put that one there. And we put those aside because we do social media openings too. And packs on our social media, we'll open packs and we'll sell on Whatnot, just individual packs for $1. And that's where we get these packs from, is when we open a box, we pull some. So instead of opening 36, we're opening 32 packs. The bottom, that's a nice bottom there. It's not in the worst condition, and I've seen worse. But we have the Cardinals. I'll just do it up here. The Cardinals, the Mike Schmidt, that's my guy, Dave Stewart, and Tim Wallach. I've seen worse boxes. But make a little stack up here. All right. I'm gonna put the leather part of our gloves on so that the rubber part of our gloves on, so we can actually, the cotton underneath is for sweating, to collect the sweating because that's gross, and the rubber is so that we can thumb through them, because the cloth cards you can't actually separate the cards. So be nice and, there we go. So, what do we got in this box? Starting off, all Fleer cards come with their stickers. You can click the stickers to the side here. Andy Hawkins, Rich Gedman, Sid Fernandez, Rick Rhoden. There's Dale Murphy and Keith Hernandez, Roy Smalley, Keith Hughes, Julio Franco, Rob Murphy, slugging shortstops, Tony Fernandez, Cal Ripken, and Alan Trammell. That will go in my Cal Ripken collection. Juan Augusto, John Marzano, Frank DePino, Dan Plesac, and Terry Harper. Now, if on Whatnot you purchase from me a collection of 100 Baltimore Orioles, for example, you will get 100 Baltimore Oriole cards that will all be different cards. There'll be no doubles, and they will be mixed up to the point where it won't all be the same card. You're not going to get 60 Fleer cards out of it. It's going to be, you may get 4 or 5 Fleer cards, but the whole point, or maybe a lot more than that, but different years. It's not a matter of me just jettisoning one thing. This is all of the stuff we do. But the reason I bring it up is when I go to my Cal Ripken collection, if that Cal Ripken's already in there, which it might be, because like I said, I think I've done this box before, then that would go into it, and you may get a Cal Ripken as part of your thing. So it's not just the non-stars when you buy those. So Dave Henderson, Al Pedrique, Gary Reedus, someone should have muted their phone. Bob Welsh, the O brothers, Cal Ripken and Billy Ripken. So that's all 2 is going to go into my Cal Ripken collection. Al Hall, Terry Kennedy, Mike Scott, Alvin Davis, Fleer Checklist, Scott Lusader, Chuck Finley, Pete Incavilla, Dave Dravecki, and Bill Buckner. Right. Just so we don't have that problem again, let me quickly put on Do Not Disturb, and then put the gloves back on. Let me see if I can do 2 gloves at the same time. Looks like I can. Alright. Continuing. Royals and Giants stickers. I have tons of these stickers. If you ever purchase something from me and you want a couple stickers of a certain team or whatever, just let me know. I can throw some stuff in. Looks like we have an all-star card in this pack. Don't get a lot of those. You get maybe 3 or 4 in a whole wax box. So let's see. Hubie Brooks, Kevin Seitzer, Tom Browning, Jose Guzman, Mookie Wilson, Wally Joyner, Bruce Ruffins, Lloyd Mosby, Steve Kiefer, Pat Clements, Mike Doon, a checklist, John Cerruti, Jeff Reardon. Now I have a friend, bartender, who collects twins, so I always gave him the twins that were like, that mattered. So Jeff Reardon's kind of a cool twin, we'll see. And Tom Henke. Now, that Tom Henke is basically a no one. If it had been a star, it would have been a very nice card for me. I would have really liked that if that had been, and I don't know who's in the set, but if it had been a Mattingly, a Ripken, Nolan Ryan, something like that, I would have really enjoyed getting something that's a lot harder to come across than just the base cards out of these sets. I believe the best one I've pulled so far in any What's in the Box Wednesday from an all-star Fleer all-star perspective is I believe I got Paul Molitor, which is another guy I collect. I'm a fan of Molitor, but most of the time you always get that all-star guy that it's like, that guy's an all-star. Here we go. National League All-Stars. Back in the day, back when everyone was where they were supposed to be. Ed Vandenberg, John Franco, Jose Nunez, Rob Melicott, Floyd Bannister, Jerry Mumphrey, Dale Swain. Back when the Brewers were American League. Dale Murphy. Got a couple, got a Braves fan that may like the Dale Murphy. I'm going to put that to the side, and if I get a Sugar White saying, yeah, give me that Dale, then great. And if he doesn't, then I'll throw it in the Braves box. It's fine. Chris Spire, Chet Lemon, Ed Winston, Ken Gerhardt, Ralph Bryant, and Tony Phillips. That Tony Phillips is a rookie, I believe. But it's going right into the stack, and will get sorted and put into the A's. So if you were to buy an A's thing, you may get a rookie. Now, why does that matter? Because Tony Phillips doesn't matter. Well, I get that, but what I'm saying is, unless it's a rookie that I really am interested in, or someone that needs to be graded, the rookies go in there too. So buying one of those gets you rookies and stars and everything. Kevin Bass, Edwin Nunez, Steve Lake, Mark Thurmond, Kirk McCaskill, Dale McCormick, Mike Aldretti, Gene Nelson, Chris Brown, Ed Romero, Lenny Dykstra, Dave Winfield. Now, I'm 90% sure I've already done this box before now, because I collect Dave Winfield, and I think that Winfield is one of the few that I know I have that card. And not that I mean, if you've been here, you know that I have tons of cards from when I collected young, but I started my collection older. Even the cards even though they're not here, they're still here, and I'm going through them. Most of the cards in my current collection are all the new cards. And when I pull something that I had when I was younger, I pull it to get it graded, or I pull it to do something else with it. I don't put it in my collection, because the whole point was I started over. Les Straker and Wally Rishi. So, and then when I get it graded, I usually don't plan on keeping it. I plan on selling it on whatnot, or taking it out and trading it, or whatever. I really would like to get going with the trading cards. The fact that these are always called trading cards, but there was never much trading going on. And then recently, when I watch videos, trading is this big deal, and I was like, holy cow, it's a real thing. I want to get into that. So, Ron Kittle, R.J. Reynolds, Tom Hume, Kelly Gruber, John Davis, Danny Cox, Spike Owens, Randy St. Clair, Jay Bell, that's a Jay Bell rookie. I met Jay Bell a couple years after this. He was a Pirate. I was playing at my local Little League, and he was there watching us play. And he complimented me, which is weird because I was not very good, but I must have had a good day. Les Lancaster, Harold Baines, Oral Hershiser, Jay Aldrich, Jeff Blauser, that's a rookie, and Eric Bell. Now this is a rookie I will be giving to Sugar, unless I go to his stuff and see he already has it, which I believe he does. I suspect he does. Like I said, I suspect I've opened this before. But, you know, it's still fun. A lot of, just kind of bump the camera, you dummy. A lot of memories when you do stuff like this from the past. Oh, that's not the right thing, but MA, that's what I'm looking for. Mark McGuire. Mark Carrion, Don Sutton, Mike Schmidt, there's one of my guys. The other thing is, even though there's a bunch of cards in the box, there's so many that you tend to not get. And even if I opened it before, that doesn't mean I got a Mike Schmidt. So I'm getting, a better chance of getting my guys. We got George Bell and Pedro Guerrero, David Green, Tommy John, Brett Gideon, Tom Vernansky, Bill Landrum, Jim Clancy, Thad Bosley, Vince Coleman, Roger Clemens, Tom Foley, and Doug Jones. Roger Clemens, get that one sleeved. Oh, we got our second All-Star card. And our National League All-Star Astros again. And we got Brad Havens, Dave Stewart, Tim Wallach, Bo Jackson. That's a big one for me. Let's see, how is that? That looks centered pretty well too. All right, this one is not going on my PC. This one's actually going to I'm going to get this card graded. Now, there is a long list of cards I'm going to get graded, and this one is not going to be very close to the front, so it may be a while before it gets there. But we grade Bo Jackson, we grade Don Mattingly, we grade Nolan Ryan, we grade Mark McGwire, we grade Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Bonds. Those are almost instant grades in most cases. Frank Williams, Jerry Brown, Greg Jeffries, that's a rookie. We're going to stick that in. Another thing I do, guys, just for my personal collection, it's kind of silly, but I have... I keep all my Mattingleys together. If you haven't noticed, I always mention Mattingly. That's because he's my favorite. He's my all-time favorite player. But I keep him together. I keep my Ryans together, etc., etc. But one thing I do is there are what I consider they were chases at the time. What was the equivalent of a chase in 1988? And it was, the rookies that people thought were going to be a big deal, like, for example, Greg Jeffries. He was probably the top one. And just from a nostalgia standpoint, it brings me back to see the rookie that I was chasing. So I have just a box, which is just those rookies that I chased. I finally got them. Nelson Liriano, Steve Staniak, Charles Hudson, Mike Lavardi, Frank Viola, send that one to Shane, and Alan Trammell. Great All-Star, but not one of my guys. He's one of the guys that is just outside of my collecting. There are some people that I collect that are arguably not as good as Alan Trammell. And there are some people that I collect that are definitely not as good as Alan Trammell. And we got another Fleer in there. I'm going to take the sticker off the front, and then we're going to slide the All-Star to the back. Oh, there we go. Roberto Kelly, rookie, right there. Grab that one. Growing up, I told you I was Don Mattingly. For those of you who knew, I was a Yankees fan. I'm a Rays fan now because I live in Tampa. But there were no Rays when I was growing up. They didn't come around until '98. And I grew up with my dad and my grandfather as Yankees fans because we were all born in New York, Tom Henke. So I remember Roberto Kelly not quite living up to what he was supposed to be, Ricky Horton. Ellis Burks, that's a rookie that we chased, but I didn't really chase him that much. Randy Velarde, that's another rookie, Rays rookie that we wanted more from. But Kelly was a special one, so that's another one that I held on to. I don't really care about the other ones too much. Bobby Ojeda, Bob Boone, Steve Betterosen, Cecil Fielder. That's his second year card, but Bill Wegman, he looks so thin and young there. Mike Easler, John Smiley, Dan Gladden, and Teddy Higuera. Now, my Braves fan is also a Brewer fan and has asked for certain Brewers in the past. In fact, I pulled a Teddy Higuera rookie before and he asked for it. So I'm going to stick that again into his potentially he wants it pile. He'll let me know. He watches these videos and says, I'll take the Higuera, but not the Blauser and not the, Dale Murphy or whatever. He'll let me know. So we're 25% of the way through. Actually, one pack passed 25% of the way through because we should have said it before the last pack. Here we go. What do you got? Cubs. Jim Sundberg. Ozzie Guillen. John Shelby. Jim Ganter. Jim Acker. Jeff Ballard. Craig Reynolds. John Moses. Kurt Ford. Bill Madlock. Gary Lucas. Ruben Sierra. Scott Garrels. Jose Canseco and Sean Abner. I do collect the Jose Cansecos. One of the next boxes I'll be looking to get my hands on is an 86 Donruss. I want to get myself that. I'd like to get the Bo Jackson, of course, as well, but I want to get myself that 86 Donruss Jose Canseco rookie. That's high on my list of. I mean, it's not very high on my list of cards I want to get. It's high on my list of cards I want to get that I can pull myself. So, Pirates, Blue Jays, Joe McGrain, Bill Gulkinson, Andy Van Slyke, George Frazier, Dennis Rasmussen, Rick Leach, Steve Balboni, the Brooklyn Brawler, Tom Worrell, Calvin Schiraldi, Brian Smith, Brian Dorsett, Scott Sanderson, Dave LaPointe, Steve Sachs, and Chris Bozio. So we're approaching the halfway point, and there are quite a few things. In fact, I would say yes, I've pulled some stuff, but really I've pulled nothing. We have struck out so far. Let's see. The biggest card I've pulled for me is a Mike Schmidt card, and that's the biggest card so far. So, wow. Expos. We got Scott Bankhead, Bob Brenly, Jack Morse, Goose Gossage, John Hayban, Fernando Valenzuela, Alfredo Griffin, Andy McGaffin, Angel Salazar, Jack Savage and Todd Simmons, Gino Petrelli, Dave Magadan, Dwayne Bruce, Boosie, there's no BR, it's Boose, Juan Samuel, and then Oral Hershiser and Mike Scott. Baseball stickers. And we got Storm Davis, Shane Mack, Kevin Romaine, Wally Backman, Wayne Tollinson, Doug Sick, Dan Schatzadler, Greg Gross, Mel Hall, Tracy Jones, Matt Noakes, and Kirby Puckett. Now, Kirby Puckett is one of my top 5 guys. He's also my bartender friend, number 1 guy. So and this one's with Matt Noakes, who is one of the guys I chased as a rookie. His card in this is his rookie card. That's one of the cards I called rookie. So this is a rookie insert type thing. So it's not an insert, it's a subset. So I'm going to keep that one, but hopefully we pull another one because then I'll give it to him. Jim DeHace, Bill Lindsay, Lee Smith, BJ Surhoff, and Ken Oberfeld. All right. Cubs sticker. Bob McClure, Sammy Stewart, Manny Trio, Yvonne Calderon, Jeff Hamilton. We got slugging sophomores Wally Joyner and Corey Snyder, Gerald Perry, Jim Dwyer, Glenn Davis, Mike Morgan, Chris Gwynn rookie. That's cousin or nephew of Tony Gwynn or something like that. Didn't pan out. Doyle Alexander, Rupert Jones, Greg Harris, and Jeffrey Leonard. Some people you chased and it just didn't leave that impact on you. We chased Chris Gwynn, but just didn't leave that impact on me. I don't really think of it as something I have to do. Hope this back card's not good good card because the wax on that one actually stuck. It's a Ken Caminiti rookie. It would have been nice. It was one of the better cards we pulled. Damn it. Jack Lazorko, Charlie Ho, Kelly Downs, Don Baylor, Gary Templeton, Wes Gardner, Terry Leach, Gary Ward, Rick Aguilera, Mike Smithson, Kevin Gross, Brooke Jacoby, Eric Davis, rookie record setter Mark McGuire. We're not going to, I know we say we auto grade all Mark McGuire's, but that one's off center, and because it's just a subset guy at that point, it's if it was his regular card, that off center, we'd still consider it, but and then the Ken Caminiti rookie is all chopped up. So we're gonna do it. That is, I don't know. We're not gonna stick it in. We don't want to give damaged cards like that to people who buy the Astros. So it may end up as trash at this point, just to make sure we don't cheat anyone in any way. Pirates sticker. Jamie Quirk, Bill Darley, Jim Rice, Jeff Reed, Don Robinson, Greg Maddux. This is a Greg Maddux. Now, back in the day, the way we did things, which was the only way it was done, and by that I mean because there was no mass communication to talk about how it was done. So even though other people might have done it differently, I would never know that everyone had a rookie card, and if you had an updated card, that wasn't considered the rookie card. So if he has an 87 update Fleer, nowadays that's considered his Fleer rookie. And it's understandable, I get that, that works perfectly. But when we were young, you didn't buy packs of updated cards. Updated cards just came as complete sets. So that didn't count. You couldn't chase it. You had to be able to chase a card. So that would be considered his rookie. I believe that the 87 update is his card. So Greg Walker, Matt Young. Either way, I'd collect Greg Maddux, so it doesn't matter. Burks, Greenwell, Benzinger. That's got a rookie Burks on it. Ken Griffey, Daddy Griffey, Fred Lynn, Larry Anderson, Mark Langston, Checklist, and Jim Morrison of the Doors. All right, halfway point. Halfway point, and now we've got Mike Schmidt, Greg Maddux, a Bo Jackson, Mark McGuire insert, a damaged Ken Caminiti. Let's hope the second half is better than the first half. All right, checklist. Jeff Musselman, Bud Black, Willie McGee, Sam Horn, Reed Nichols, Tommy Henzo, Wade Roden, Donnie Hill, Franklin Stubbs, All-Star Righties, Brett Sagerhagen, Mike Witt, and Jack Morris, David Palmer, and no, not the president in 24, pitcher for the Braves, Larry Sheets, Billy Hatcher, a Ray Quinones. I believe that was his name, David Palmer. Pretty sure that was his name. Alright. put something there in case I heavy here to keep it from going up when I bump it like that. Alright, we got the Twins sticker. Then we got Mike Stanley. Will Clark just makes it outside my keep. I mean, that's like for him and Gary Carter, like the first ones out. And then we got the Mark McGuire base card. Again, look at how off-centered it is. This is so much fatter. Man, I would have liked a nicer version. I would like to have sent that. Greg Booker, Jody Reed, Roger McDowell, Mike Pagliulo, Jose Lee, Randy Bush, Jeff Stone, Pat Tabler, Cal Daniels, Willie Upshaw, Jeff Treadway, and Mark Einhorn. We got the Braves, Rocky Childress, Rich Dodson, Keith Moreland, Ted Higuera, Frank Dedman, Donald Nixon, John Perlman, Willie Hernandez, Benito Santiago, Ray Knight, Mariano Duncan, Dwayne Murphy, Vance Law, Bill Pecota, and Dave Concepcion. Collect Fleer Special Edition sets. Detail on the wrapper. I'm assuming they're talking about the Fleer cards. I mean, the Fleer cards. The All-Star cards. Obviously, they're talking about the Fleer cards. Twins and Pirates. Joe Niekro, Todd Frowith, Corey Snyder, Buddy Bell. We got Darryl Strawberry and Eric Davis. Dave Smith, Ron Hassey, Leon Durham, Glenn Braggs, Paul Oshemacher, Mike Campbell, Mike Kirko, Matt Noakes, Tony Gwynn, and Cal Ripken Jr. That is the best pack ever. That is my number 3 guy with, well, my number 4 guy, yeah, my number 4 guy with my number 5 guy, and then one of the rookies I chase. Love me some Tony Gwynn. Heard the most ridiculous Tony Gwynn stat a little while back. I was like, holy crap, is that true? Can't be true. And I don't remember the specific number, but it was something along the lines of Tony Gwynn, if he had kept playing, he could have struck out for 1,000. He could have went to bat 1,024 more times and struck out every time, and he still would have ended his career over 300, which is insane. And like I said, I don't remember the exact number, but that's about what was correct. So here's a Ron Gant rookie. That one I'm going to top load and put to grade. It's not highly gradable, but it is gradable. It is almost gradable, and then it is not quite centered correctly, so it probably won't get graded, but I'm going to put it in the centering. Plastic test tube thing to see. Test tube, there's no test tube. And see how off it is. So Mike Griffin, Gerald Young, Scott Bradley, Damon Berryhill, and Jeff Montgomery. That's one of them. Larry Hernan, Tony Armas, Scott Fletcher, Robbie Thompson, Rick Honeycutt, Eric Nolte, Mike Greenwell, Kevin McReynolds, Rick Cerrone, and Randy Myers. Damon Berryhill was a big chase back then. Wasn't really this card though. I don't really care about that card. chasing. We didn't like those Fleer multi. I still don't like those multi-people cards. How many of them were there in the set? 10? You couldn't have made the set 10 cards bigger and just given everyone their own card. Detroit Tigers and the Yankees. We got another all-star in this. So I'm going to slide up. We're going to say checklist. Garth York, Steve Farr, Jack Clark, Wade Boggs, that's a guy, Dennis Martinez, Rich Yett, Ed Lynch, Bobby Thigpen, love me Bobby Thigpen, Mike Scioscia. We got McGuire and Canseco on a card, Dan Pasqua on a card, Bobby Bonilla, second year, Gene Larkin. The All-Star is Matt Noakes. That is a Matt Noakes All-Star rookie. Never really chased it and don't really care. But I do care about Wade Boggs and I do care about McGuire and Canseco. So we will keep those. Wade Boggs. Just like the Damon Berryhill, it's great that it's a guy I chased, but it wasn't a card I chased. I didn't even know that card existed. So, all right, National League Braves. We got Athlete Hammaker, Mike Henneman, Lance McCullough, Ken Dixon, Tim Cruz, Steve Onteros, Tim Raines. Again, that's another one like Will Clark and Gary Carter that are just outside my collection. Brett Saberhagen, Kurt Stillwell, Steve Bouchel, Jesse Orozco, Mike Witt, Rick Shue, Jesse Barfield, and Rick Manning. If I had the room and the money and the time, they would be part of my collection as well. But you have to cut off somewhere, and if I cut off them, then I would always be saying, Alan Trammell is one that just made it outside my, Barry Larkin is just one, which is true. Barry Larkin is another one that just made it outside. Jeff Sellers, Gary Carter, Willie Randolph just outside. Bill Kipper, Tim Laudner, Luis Aguayo, Tom Caniati, Ron Robinson, George Bell, Robbie Wine, Jose De Leon, Jamie Moyer, Mark Clear, Ozzie Virgil, and Mike Kingerly. Now, all of those people that I mentioned were just outside my collection. We're 75% of the way done, one stack left. They're all important enough for me to try to get their rookie cards. I just don't want to collect every single one of their cards like I do for a lot of people I collect. All right, Minnesota Twins. We got Keith Moreland, Teddy Higuera, Jeff Dedman, Don Nixon. We got this pack before, John Perlman, Willie Hernandez, Nito Santiago, Ray Knight. It ended right around here. Mariano Danko, Trey Murphy, Vance Law was the last card. So Bill Pecota was new. Oh no, Dave Conception was the last card. Tom Brookins and Mark McLemore were in the pack. I don't understand. I mean, I do understand, but that's one of the things that even still today, when I'm breaking, we run across the same packs all the time. Brewers and Mets. And it just makes me, you would think that one of the things that they would do was find a way to make sure that was not a problem. Pat Perry, Rick Russell, Frank Tanana, John Kruk, Walt Weiss. That one we gotta keep. Rookie of the Year, Walt Weiss. Now, when I keep the Rookies of the Year, the plan is to get them graded and have one of, hey, all those extra things, just tell me that you're not real. So that probably won't be a card that I keep. I'll probably look at Weiss, look at whoever was the National League Rookie of the Year the same year, and Eric Karros, maybe. And I'll look at their rookie cards and decide, ooh, I like the John Ross this year, or I like the, and then I'll get the same from the two of them. So if he doesn't have, whoever the rookie is, a Fleer 2-man, then I won't keep it. And even if he does, it probably won't be my choice because I don't like the 2-mans. Jimmy Key, Keith Miller, Brian Downing, Glenn Wilson, Tony Gwynn, John Morris, with Vince Coleman, Hitting King, and the Thief. He was no Roger Clemens, but Vince Coleman was pretty good at that baseball running the bases stuff. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Alright, starting off with the Yankees. Nice. We got Mark Ryle, Pete O'Brien, Candy Maldonado, Eric Plunk, Jimmy Jones, Dennis Oilcan Boyd, Dwight Gooden, another one right outside my collection, Dave Righetti, Bob Patterson, Al Newman, Don Carmen, Ken Schrum, Bo Diaz, Tony Fernandez, and Danny Darwin. We got the Expos and the Orioles. We got Gene Garber, Terry Pendleton, Steve Crawford, Wallace Johnson, Carmen Castillo, Rafael Palmeiro, Jim Wynn. No, it's not Rafael Palmeiro. Jim Wynn, Pedro Guerrero, Cecil Cooper, Andres Thomas, Mike Boddicker, Jose Cruz, Harold Reynolds, Lee Tunnell, and Walt Terrell. So Tom Glavine, which isn't who I thought it was. It's the third of Pete Incavia and Rafael Palmeiro is Seattle. Edgar Martinez. Those three guys are the same guy. Not really, but Detroit Tigers, New York Yankees. Tom Brookins, Mark McLemore, Mike Stanley, Will Clark. There's a McGuire. Is that one better? That one does look like it might. No, it doesn't. Looks like it's exactly the same. But we're going to slide it in here. I will look at the two of them. One of them will go in my collection, and the other will go in the A's packs. So, just show that we don't keep out studs just to keep out studs. Roger McDowell, Mike Pagliaro, Jose Lean, Randy Bush, Jeff Stone, Pat Tabler, Cal Daniels, and Willie Upshaw. I feel like that might have been, those were a lot of dupes, so it might have been a repeat pack. I don't remember. It is definitely was a lot of dupes though. This one's got some glue on the back, so it's probably a very important card back there. Got the Mets, Dwayne Ward, Jerry Gleaton, Ozzie Smith. I do collect Ozzie Smith. The Wiz, the Wizard of Ozzie, Joe Sambito, Pascual Perez, John Farrell, Bob Denier, Bob James, Mickey Hatcher, Juan Castillo, Ted Simmons, Dom Ass, Nolan Ryan, that's a Phil Bradley, Jim Linderman. That Nolan Ryan looks to be about as off-center as the Mark McGuire, but we'll see. I'll just leave it there for now. All right, 2 packs left. Looks like I'm not going to get my Tom Glavine, which is kind of what, well, the big, air quote, big card of this box is. We got the Royals and the Giants, Keith Atherton, Steve Jeltz, Greg Swindell, Nick Eske, Benny Lee, Bob Knippa, Steve Lyons, Rick Sutcliffe, Bill Schroeder, Marty Clary, Ken Phelps, Harry Spillman, Lou Whitaker, Louis Salazar, and Lee Lacey. Lee Lacey. Right, actually, I'm going to take this last pack and I'm going to change it for one of the last packs over here. See if that helps. Because remember, we still have 4 packs that will be being opened on either Whatnot when someone buys them or on social media. If you want that Tom Glavine, know that we opened a whole box and didn't get the Glavine, so it might still be there. Twins Pirates, Mike Marshall, Dennis Eckersley, that's someone I collect. Floyd Yausman, Mark Gubiza, Greg Myers, Greg Tabor, Edwin Correa, David Cohn, let me say David Cohn, Greg Minton, Kent Tukolev, Ozzie Smith, Ryan Sandberg, that's tough. Who does that go in? Oh, no, it doesn't. Ryan Sandberg, it definitely goes in Ryan Sandberg. Jose Oquindo, Jerry Royster, Sid Bream, Kirby Puckett, oof, in the last pack, and Guy Hoffman. That would have been not a bad pack. Not as good as the Tony Gwynn, Cal Ripken, Matt Noakes pack, but Kirby Puckett, Ryan Sandberg, we're talking about number 5 and number, I don't know what Sandberg is, 10, about that. And Dennis Eckersley, who's top 30. I don't know exactly where he is either. Come on, Spec, make the list. It's good idea. I should do that. All right, guys. So let's quickly thumb through what I got here. I got the Ken Caminiti rookie that's damaged on the back. I got Frank Viola and Jack Morris for Shane. Teddy Higuera All-Star card, Jeff Blauser rookie, and Dale Murphy for Sugar should you want them. Then for me, I got Eckersley, Stamber Smith, Kirby Puckett, Ozzie Smith, Mark McGuire. Let's stick this up here. I'm going to say Mark McGuire again in a few minutes, but it's the same one. Tony Gwynn, Vince Coleman, Walt Weiss rookie, McGuire Canseco, Boggs, Quinn, Noakes, Cal Ripken Jr., Greg Maddux, McGuire rookie setter, Puckett Noakes, Canseco, Roberto Kelly rookie, Greg Jeffries rookie, Roger Clemens, Mike Schmidt, Jay Bell rookie, Dave Winfield, Cal Ripken and Billy Ripken, Cal Ripken with Tony Fernandez and Alan Trammell. And then we got these 4 cards that I will be inspecting for grading potential. Bo Jackson, the Ron Gant rookie, the 2 McGuires, only one would go, although I'm looking and saying that they are both the same, so I don't know if either will go. And the Ryan, which looks like it's probably about the same and thus won't go. If it's not going to get a 10, there's no reason for those to go. There are some times I'll send it. There's a lot of times I'll send it. I'd rather get a 9 than not have it at all. But yeah, something like this, a 1988 Fleer, that a 9 is just useless. I'll try my best to only send in 10s. All right, guys, I want to thank you for showing up and showing out. This is our first video back, but it won't be our only. We're gonna keep going. In fact, if you keep watching the channel just in order of release videos, we should have a PSA cleaning coming up. We have I don't know the number of cards. I'm gonna guess 44 cards. We'll see how many in the next video, how many it really is, but about 44 cards. Here's the thing: 5 of those cards are Shane's. 3 of those cards are Sugar Whites. The other 40, give or take, are mine, and about 5 of those are graded cards from another company. So we'll be cracking graded cards to send into PSA, as well as a lot of other stuff. But it'll be cleaning, cracking. It'll be a big video. I will talk to you later.